What's going on, TU crew, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Totally Unqualified podcast. This is episode 41, and as always, I am joined by the same two lovely co-hosts in Jake Maltese and Luke Rosenthal. How are we doing today, boys?
I'm doing great. Why I'm doing great? I'm smoking that Niners pack today. Let's fucking go. 3% chance to get to the playoffs. Let's fucking do this. Run the table, baby.
And you're doing it with Adrian Peterson, one of the greatest
of all time.
The only running back to score a touchdown for 6 different franchises.
So random.
That's crazy. Russ finally looked like Russ, but we'll get back into that later.
I'm doing phenomenal. The holidays cannot come soon enough. I'm ready for them. I need to go back home and see family. But let's talk some sports, fellas. I'm always ready.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear you guys are doing well. And we do have a great episode this time around. We're, of course, going to get into our Week 13 takeaways, as we always do on Tuesday episodes. This will be out Wednesday. And then we've got some more random rankings. Going to get into some football analysts, commentators, whatever you feel is necessary, whichever people you like. And then we, of course, are going to cap it off with our Thursday night predictions. But for starters, we got to get into the Guess That Player. And I'm following Jake's lead here. Luke, don't worry. This one isn't going to be quite as bad. I think this one will be better.
I love this format. Just so you know, what is it this time?
So we are going to be doing Super Bowl winners.
Woo! This should be better. Yeah. Luke. Come on, Luke. You got
this one. I'm with this one.
So I don't think there's a whole lot of introduction that needs to go into it. I'm just going to have you guys name the winners as we go down the list, starting with the most recent, of course. I will start with Luke, and keep in mind that the year is the year that they played the Super Bowl. So like for the first one, it's 21, but it was for the 2020 season, of course.
Yeah.
All right. So Luke, I'm going to start with you. Who won the Super Bowl in 2021?
I whiffed on Trevor Lawrence in the last episode. Yeah. That was probably one of the most embarrassing things in my life, but I'm not going to whiff on this one. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady won the Super Bowl against my very well wishes. That sucked.
Who was Super Bowl MVP, Luke?
I don't know. I know you're talking about
Tom Brady. I guess I'll just go with the next one.
Yep, 2020.
The Chiefs for the first time in 50 years in 2020.
Yes, sir. And Luke, back to you for 2019.
2019. That was a good year, guys. The 2019 of the Chiefs against. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. It was the Patriots and the Rams, and that would be the Patriots and the worst Super Bowl ever.
Yes, I completely agree. Absolutely awful. That was our missed PI year, so I'll never forget that one.
Yeah, that was tough.
And as we got to the Patriots, if you guys are like, you're not quite sure on one of them, if you just guess the Patriots, you're probably going to get it.
It's probably a good guess.
They've been a majority of them.
As long as you don't guess them in like that 8-year period, 10-year period between 04 and 14, then it's a miss. Yeah. But next up, you got Big Dick Nick. Yes, Big Dick Nick and his insane, one of the most unexplainable things ever that borders Linsanity, his run to Super Bowl MVP in the first Super Bowl for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes. Luke, back to you for 2017.
2017, we have the 28-3 comeback of the New England Patriots on the Atlanta Falcons. I had a discussion with some of my friends a couple weeks back. What was harder to win? I just want to get your thoughts. Just quick thoughts, not even think about it. Which one was harder to win? LeBron down 3-1 in the finals against the Warriors, or Tom Brady coming down 28-3?
That is kind of tough because one is just a single game you got to come back in. The other one is like you have to win 4 games or 3 games straight, rather.
Because I think it's a tough argument either way. Like either way, nobody's wrong.
I feel like
go either way.
I feel like I'll go 3 coming back from 3-1 just because it is the series. You have to win more games in a row, and I feel like it doesn't happen. Yeah, and it doesn't happen quite as often as you see like some big comebacks and stuff like that in the NFL.
See, I went 28-3 because that was the score heading into the second half, and you had such a small amount of time to come back from that and such a small margin of error. There was no margin of error. Tom Brady and the Patriots did not mess up there on out, and they ended up winning it.
Okay, so Gage, that was Super Bowl 51. Am I correct?
The last one we did, the
Yes.
Patriots. Yes.
51. Yeah, it was in Houston.
Yeah. Okay. Because 52 was Eagles. Okay. So Super Bowl 50 was Peyton Manning's last ride with the Broncos. Von Miller, Super Bowl MVP. Cam should have jumped on that ball.
Yeah.
And Super Bowl.
We could skip this one. We could skip this one.
Super Bowl 49 was the Green Bay Packers beating the New England Patriots in what should have been Aaron Rodgers' second Super Bowl ring.
If you could have held the ball if you could have held the lead for 6 minutes,
Brandon
then it could have been.
Thank you, Brandon.
It could have been.
No, 20 or I don't. What was this?
2015.
15. Yep, 2015. This is Malcolm Butler on the goal line in the end zone.
Yeah,
interception.
That's correct.
You got it. We've all seen the play 6 billion times. They played every Super Bowl just for me to relive.
I didn't realize how that worked out, like when I was putting all of this down and everything, but Luke just got back to back Patriots Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And then next up, Jake, if you don't know this one, I mean, come on.
43-8. Seahawks first Super Bowl in franchise history and the last Super Bowl to be played in frigid temperatures, probably the last Super Bowl that will ever be played in frigid temperatures in East Rutherford, New Jersey at MetLife Stadium. And Super Bowl MVP. Does anybody know Super Bowl MVP of the Super Bowl? Because it's very random. You do?
I do.
Malcolm Smith. Malcolm Smith, baby. Yep. So random. So many Hall of Famers on that team. And Malcolm Smith was the one who got Super Bowl MVP. Crazy.
Probably the worst Super Bowl MVP of all time.
Probably, honestly. He did have a great game, though. He did have a great game.
Yeah. And so that's back to you, Luke, for 2013.
2013. I thought that was 2013. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. 2013 was the one in the Superdome that the lights went out during, I think, Beyonce's performance or something. That was the Baltimore Ravens beating the 49ers in a shootout.
Correct. And then Jake, 2012.
New York Giants, baby. Eli's second Super Bowl.
Luke. Come on.
I like this one.
Better fucking get this one.
Green Bay Packers, best team of all time. Next question.
Aaron Rodgers' only Super Bowl.
Boo. Boo. Until this year. Until this next one.
2010, Santonio Holmes, corner of the end zone, Pittsburgh Steelers, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, incorrect.
What?
No, that is incorrect.
Oh, New Orleans.
Wait, you're right.
Was it New Orleans?
It is the New Orleans.
Come on. I got it. I got it, though. I got New Orleans. Come on. Give that to me.
I don't know. I mean, when I guessed Manziel and then switched to Jameis, I didn't get that.
So I gave you guys so many passes in that game. We get one pass.
Energy here.
We get one pass.
All right. Yeah.
We get one. Yeah, we get one. Okay. That will come on. It was. Was it really?
So then mine is Pittsburgh, Arizona.
Steelers.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Oh shit! I got those years confused. Then we're starting to get into the murky years here.
Yeah,
this is what I'm starting to get. I know
the early 2000s.
Yeah, I know who won Super Bowls in this span. I just don't know exactly when.
Yeah,
I'll start saying it a little differently because I feel like the year does make it, like, even though it makes it a little bit confusing. So this was for the 2007-2008 season.
Okay, 2007-2008.
See, I think it's easier when you say which Super Bowl it was than the year.
I actually think Super Bowl would be it. But 2007 was the Patriots' undefeated season going up against the Giants, who are the biggest underdogs in Super Bowl history. Giants win this one, Eli's first Super Bowl.
Yes. 6-7, Luke.
This was what's his name? This was the Devin Hester opening kickoff Super Bowl, in which the Chicago Bears. How the fuck did how did we let the Bears get there? I'll always question that. But yeah, Peyton getting his first ring.
Yep.
We can skip this one too. This one's fine. We can just skip this.
This.
Super Bowl 40. Jerome Bettis' homecoming to Detroit. Pittsburgh Steelers win, and the most bullshitly called game of all time. So many reffing mistakes in this game. But yeah, whatever. Steelers won this one.
Back to Luke for 4-5.
This one, this range should be easy, Luke. Like, you should not miss this one.
No, see, I know it's the Patriots, but I can't remember which. It wasn't it was the Eagles, wasn't it? Was it the?
Oh, I thought you were saying the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
It was the Patriots Eagles, right? No, Panthers was the first. Okay. Panthers, I think it was well, Patriots Super Bowl winner.
Yep.
And were the Panthers the first one, or were they the second one?
I think the Panthers. Oh no, the Rams were the first one.
The Rams were the first one with the Brady
turf. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, that might be wrong. I think we should fact check.
No, I'm pretty sure because Kurt Warner didn't stay in St. Louis much longer after 2001.
Yeah.
So I think the first one was the Great Sean Turner, but whatever. It's the Patriots in 2003 too. So whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. And then so got that one for Jake, and then back to you, Luke, for 2-3.
See, was the Patriots best show on turf. That was 2001. That was.
We don't know. We can't confirm nor deny that.
Wait, what year is this? What year is this?
02, 03, right?
02-03.
Yeah.
I want to say was this the John Gruden Super Bowl, or was that the year before the Patriots?
Just give it.
This was the John Gruden Super Bowl. This is the Buccaneers Super Bowl.
That's clutch. I did not think I was getting that one. Fuck.
Yeah.
And then
we're getting to the nitty gritty now.
01. Who can forget Drew Bledsoe? Take the hit from Mo Lewis, and this was the beginning of the Tom Brady.
Changed the entire landscape of the NFL.
Oh yeah.
And then this is just going to be the last one. I wasn't going to go any further than this because I didn't want to take too much time on this. So
I think we can go a little further. We go a little further until me and Luke forget. We'll just rapid fire after this. We don't got to elaborate on it, and we'll see how many we can get.
Well, I just have them written down. I don't have them pulled up, so you guys
we'll just start random.
Yeah.
But 2000, 2001.
I think I'm stumped.
Seriously?
Unless this was Rams Titans.
Oh my gosh, he is stumped.
That's not it. That was my best guess.
No, it was Ravens Giants. Ravens won.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That was okay. Well,
so
there goes that train. All right.
But yeah, so with that, for the ones that I had, being that Jake got that last one, that would mean that he would get the point for this particular game. Did you guys want
to hold on? I thought we were tied.
Yeah, hold on. Wait, no, I did get an exception because of that one. So we can give Luke an exception for that one if we'd like, and then just go into tiebreakers in the 90s. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. I know Luke knows one Super Bowl in the 90s, but I know he doesn't.
I know one. I know at
least
you
know one. You got locked on one.
All right. Well, if you guys want to keep,
I feel like we need a tiebreaker here. Yeah. All right. Rapid fire 99.
Wait. So what was I had? Oh, wait. What was the one?
That was 2000, 2001, which was Ravens. Giants.
Okay, and then and then Rams Titans.
Yeah, Rams Titans. Yeah. So you got that one. So I'll go 98. 98 was Broncos.
That was the Packers year.
Yeah.
Year before was the Packers as well. That was Packers over Patriots. I don't know. Yeah,
no, the Broncos won back to back.
No, I think I know, but the Packers also went back to back.
Packers won one Super Bowl in the 90s, bud.
Yeah, but they lost one. They lost
early 90s, bud.
I don't remember the first one.
Brett Favre won one in his second year with the Packers, I believe.
No, it was 90. 98 was the Broncos.
They
right?
played the Broncos. They played the Broncos, but they lost. That was Brett Favre's second Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he won the one before that, the year before that.
He beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Wait, so what are you saying?
That was earlier in the 90s. That was not no.
I'm almost positive that's 97.
Broncos went back to back 98, 97.
No, they went 99, 98.
99 was Rams. 99 was Rams. Kurt Warner.
I think we need a fact check.
Yeah, at this point,
fact check it. I'm positive right here.
Yeah, at this point, I think you just got to look it up, and whichever one is right, just
come on, give it to me.
2000. It was 98, 99. Denver.
Yeah.
So then 90. So then 97 was Green Bay.
97, 98 was Green Bay.
Yeah.
I do. Hold on.
Why are we so confused right now? What is going on?
I don't know what's happening anymore.
98. No. Okay. Yeah. 99. Okay. 1998 to 1999 season was the Denver Broncos. 1997 to 1998 season was also the Denver Broncos. And then, yes, it was Green Bay after that.
Okay. All right. I think let's just cut it.
Yeah.
we'll draw it up as a tie.
Whatever. Tie.
Anyway.
I wouldn't have gotten the next one anyway.
Yeah, neither would I.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was the Cowboys. I saw it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
I would have completely forgotten about the Cowboys dynasty in the 90s. That completely escaped my mind.
But with that being said, we are going to get into some more current football as we are starting to get closer to the end of the season. We're going to find out who's going to win the Super Bowl for 2022. But for now, we're just going to give our week 13 takeaways for the season. And Jake, I'm going to go ahead and start with you to give your first takeaway.
Yeah. My first takeaway, as we all know, the Chiefs have been playing a lot better lately. It wasn't necessarily a pretty game against the Broncos, but they got it done. And everybody's saying, oh, this is the Chiefs, Chiefs slipped up this year. Chiefs, this is not a good enough Chiefs team to win the Super Bowl. I disagree. I think the Chiefs are not firing on all cylinders, but I don't think they have to be firing on all cylinders to win the Super Bowl this year. I think this year is wide open. Every team has their flaws. Every team has slipped up at some point. So the Chiefs have all the talent in the world. They've been one of those teams to slip up too, but they can just as easily win the Super Bowl because they've got loads of talent. So that's my first takeaway.
100%. I mean, they've been on a roll the past couple of weeks, and it's really a credit to their defense. Their defense was dead last in almost everything, to start the season, and they're much improved over the last 5 weeks. They're on a 5-game win streak there. I mean, they're kind of, I'm not gonna say they're lucky, but it's favorable that, there isn't that one, big Super Bowl favorite that's emerged just yet. I mean, there's a bunch of different contenders. Don't get me wrong. I mean, both AFC and NFC, but there's not that like one team in particular, like the Chiefs have been the past couple of years, where it's like, yeah, they're going to go to the Super Bowl. But yeah, they have as good a chance as anybody right now.
Did you guys know that since Peyton Manning retired, the Broncos are 0-11 against the Chiefs? Well, I guess, no, I think it counts this game as well. They might be 0-12, but when I saw the stat, it was 0-11.
That is tough. Makes sense.
That's crazy.
Horrible.
That's crazy.
What's the list of quarterbacks that they had? They had Trevor Siemian.
It's like that
would be another good. That'd be another guess that play. Good guess that.
Trevor Siemian.
Who have been the Broncos quarterbacks? Brock Osweiler, Trevor Siemian,
Teddy Bridgewater,
Teddy B,
Drew Lock,
Case Keenum,
Brett Ripien,
Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Paxton Lynch.
Yes.
Paxton Lynch. Throw some Paxton in there.
I thought Paxton Lynch was going to be like a solid
NFL
quarterback when he was coming out, and that dude
did
nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Same with Josh Rosen. Shame.
Tough. Yep. All right, Luke, you want to give yours?
Oh yeah. I'm up. Guys, the Baltimore Ravens are done. The Baltimore Ravens are done. I'm saying it right now. It's it's a testament to how good John Harbaugh is. I almost said Jim Harbaugh for a sec, thinking about Michigan. John Harbaugh is as a coach, to get them this far and to be this dominant and to be leading the division still with the amount of injuries that they've suffered. But I think it's going to reach the point where it just gets too far, and it might already be at that point right now. And it's not helping that Lamar Jackson hasn't been playing that well as of late. The past couple of weeks, he's really started to slide down the MVP rankings after he was, maybe even leading it the first half of the season. Now they just lost. Why can I think Marlon Humphrey for the entire season, on top of all of the other players that they've lost for the entire season. They're running 4 different running backs right now, all of them out of their prime. I just don't think it looks great for them right now. And with the Steelers starting to heat up, and the Bengals, well, they're inconsistent, but they're as good as anybody to go and take that division lead. I mean, they led it for pretty much half the season. And the Browns, they're also there. I don't think the Baltimore Ravens are going to have enough to get it done come playoff time. And, I just don't think they're going to look good playing in December with all these injuries.
Yeah, I can't necessarily disagree with that. It doesn't, to me right now, it doesn't feel like it doesn't matter what AFC North team makes into the playoffs or whatever. I don't really see any of them being at the point right now where they could go on a decent run. Mm-hmm. I feel like any of them could probably be first round exits. If I had to bet on one, I mean, probably the Ravens still, just because they are well coached. They've got Lamar Jackson at the helm. What they need for the rest of the season is for him to really step up. He's going to have to completely put the team on his back, because when he doesn't play well, the rest of the team completely falters as well. So like we've talked about many times with him being in the MVP conversation, he truly is the most valuable player in the league right now. And he's going to have to play like one for them to make it anywhere.
The Ravens are only going to go as far as he takes them.
Yeah. His throwing's got to get better. He's made too many mistakes during football this year.
Yeah.
The interceptions the past couple weeks.
Every game, it seems rough. Like every game I check his stat line, he's got like a pick or two.
He's regressing.
Yeah.
All right. For my first takeaway, I'm going to keep it in the AFC North, and I'm going to go ahead and say TJ Watt is like in the lead for Defensive Player of the Year at this point. I think he's kind of cemented himself right there, at least for now. Myles Garrett obviously isn't far behind him and could retake that lead. But the way that TJ Watt has been playing, even with this Steelers team not playing up to par with a lot of the teams in the league, he's been the guy that has kept him in a lot of games here.
Yeah. I mean, he had a 4-sack performance against Lamar Jackson, and he might be the shiftiest guy in the league. That's, that is a tough feat to get. He's been insane this entire season, but we've heard this before. We've heard TJ Watt is leading the Defensive Player of the Year discussion before, and he's been 0 for 3 now. He's been in the league, 0 for 4 now. But this might be the year.
I think all he needs this year is just to lead the league in sacks, and I think that he could have it, especially with the tackles for loss and all that stuff that he's got going for him. I don't know. I don't think that the double team rate and stuff is going to play into it as much this season, with as weird as everything has been.
Yeah. I mean, especially with the holy shit, what team are we talking about? I just
the Steelers
completely blanked right there. The Steelers. Okay. Yeah. TJ Watt. He's missed 2 games too, right? He's missed 2 games. Is still leading the league in sacks. 2.5 games, still leading the league in sacks. I want to say that if anybody has Trayvon Diggs in the conversation, I do not respect you at all, because he's literally only in the conversation because of interceptions. He's not doing that well in terms of covering guys. Okay. I get he's a ball hawk, but that
if he had kept the pace, then like that's one thing, but with them being few and far between at this point, no.
Yeah, exactly. So it's for my money, it's a race between Myles Garrett and TJ Watt right now. And I do agree that TJ Watt is definitely leading. And I think he's bound to win it at some point in his career. I absolutely think so.
It sucks almost, because I'd love to see either of those guys win it. And whichever one doesn't, it's going to be like, man, that's tough. You would like to see him get one this early in his career or whatever.
Yeah. All right. My second takeaway. We all know who the 2 hottest teams in the AFC are. Okay. For my money, I know I just talked good about the Chiefs, but the Chiefs still, I wouldn't consider them that hot. The Colts and the Patriots right now, for my money, are the 2 hottest teams in the AFC. The Colts dug themselves out of that big trench that they had in the beginning of the season, where they were 1-4, 1-5, I believe, something like that. They started the first few games out with no wins. I know they were like 0-3 at one point. And the Patriots, same thing. Patriots were the same way. They were down 1-4. They've stormed back. The Colts just obliterated the Texans 31-0. They put up a damn good fight against the Buccaneers 2 weeks ago, and they went down to the wire in the loss before that against the Titans. So other than that, they've been dominating football games. They've been playing with the best of them, as we saw with the Bucs game, and they're taking care of business. Patriots, same thing. We just saw it on Monday Night Football. I would not. So my second takeaway, as I intro with that, in a year where no team seems to be standing out, it's going to come down to who's hot. I can see the Colts and the Patriots playing each other in the AFC Championship game this year. The 2 hottest teams in the AFC.
Ooh. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is going to run this team to success and to glory. Y'all know how I feel about him. And the Patriots, like, it's so crazy what Bill Belichick is able to do with like Mac Jones, and every different way he's able to use him. That game last night, by the way, was just insane.
It was so bad.
It was crazy. Like I live about 3 hours away from Buffalo, but I still experience all of the lake effect weather and stuff like that. The wind over here was terrible. I couldn't even imagine how bad it must have been in Buffalo for that. I would not want to be a fan there. But to go into a division game like that, take the lead, cement yourself as the number 1 seed in the AFC above everybody else. That was a statement win. That might have been out of any team this season, or at least right now. Maybe I'm just caught in the moment, but like out of any team this season, I think that might be the most impactful win for any team this year.
Yeah, taking that big jump taking even a bigger of a step over the Bills this early for them. I mean, means a lot, even though they do have to play them again. But I think that the first one was enough. One thing I want to say about the Patriots' performance last night, they showed why you don't need to pay a running back to be successful.
Yep.
They ran all over what's considered a great defense in the league with a group of guys that the highest paid one out of all of them is getting paid just over $1 million a year. So it sucks. Like, you feel bad for the guys that play the position, but it is what it is. But yeah, I agree with that. I think that the Colts and Patriots are both very hot. To see them play against each other in the AFC Championship, I'm not going to say it's implausible, but like, that's tough. I don't know. The Colts, even though I've been high on them all year long, I feel like they just still have a ways to go as far as the playoff push. You know what I mean? They have to keep this consistency throughout the season, and I think that they can, but I would like to see it before I put them in the AFC Championship.
I just want to say before, kind of going off what Luke said, it's very important to have that running back when you get into the playoffs. We saw it when the Titans made their run to the AFC Championship. They rode Derrick Henry there. Yeah. I honestly think that Jonathan Taylor can be that X factor that could lead them that far into the playoffs with how good he has been playing this year.
Yeah. When it gets cold and it's, winter football, there's no other player you want than an every down back like that. Yeah. So especially one as quick as him. That's enough gushing about Jonathan Taylor for one episode. My second takeaway, guys, and Jake, I think you're going to like this one in particular. Ooh. I've thought about it, right? I'm looking at the NFC playoff picture. Okay. We're going to end up getting a pretty mediocre team in the NFC playoffs at the 17th, right? Right now, it's the 49ers, and you got the Eagles, the Vikings, the Panthers, the Falcons, the Saints. I don't really see that one team that's going to take that spot.
I feel like I see where this is going.
All I'm saying is don't be surprised if Russell Wilson.
Let's go. I love it.
Don't be surprised. I know it's so far-fetched. They're literally the 15th seed in the NFC right now. Okay. But you look at the teams ahead of them and you look at their schedule, really. I mean, they have a tough game against both the Rams and Cardinals, but Texans, that could be a win, easy win. The Bears, that could be an easy win. And the Lions, that could be easy win. But we've seen Russell Wilson get these hard wins before, these unexpected wins before. And in the NFC West, literally anything could happen. All in the NFC West over the past couple of years, except for, this past Sunday in the 49ers and Seahawks game, is that the away team usually wins. For some reason, it's a weird thing. I don't know why. All I'm saying is just don't be surprised if Russell Wilson starts to get more healthy, starts to get a better connection with DK and Tyler Lockett, starts to get that feeling back. And then everybody starts rallying around him. I mean, the defense played way better last week, although they did go up against Trey Lance, but Trey Lance played, pretty decent as well. All I'm saying is just don't be surprised. I'm not going to say it's happening. I'm just saying, don't be surprised because they already got that head win over the 49ers. The Eagles are, on a downslope, although they won last week. The Vikings literally just lost to the fucking Lions and made me look stupid for making a TikTok. I need the Seahawks in the playoffs. I want it. I'm making it happen now. Manifesting that for you, Jake.
It's so funny that you say that because I was literally just looking at their schedule and stuff earlier because Loeb's Leads tweeted out, what's your craziest playoff path or whatever, because he has the Giants making the playoffs. And I was looking at it, I was like, you know what, the Seahawks, if they went out, could do it. They could sneak in there just because of how weak the NFC has been. But I mean, it could happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but it could. Jake, go ahead. I know you're waiting.
Yeah, I love that scenario. Number one, because then our first round pick wouldn't even fucking matter. The only situation where I don't like that scenario is then it might give Pete Carroll a little leverage to stay for longer, which I don't love because I love Pete. I love Pete, but I do think the NFL has kind of grown past him, and it's time for him to kind of hang up his boots there. But honestly, the schedule is very easy. Russ looked like himself in this game against the Niners. It looks, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it does look like he has finally, knocked that rust off and fully recovered back to being himself. 100%. But yeah, I mean, it's not crazy with honestly how top heavy the NFC is. It honestly is not a wild thing. And with how inconsistent the NFC West, the teams that were supposed to be leading the NFC West were, I mean, the Niners are basically out of it at this point. And the Rams have been inconsistent as anybody. And the Cardinals really are not that unbeatable. So crazier things have happened. So my dream scenario, honestly, I would be so happy if that happened.
And like how I'm seeing it is, I think not even just one, but like, I think there's two mediocre teams getting into the NFC playoffs. You have the Washington football team, the 6th seed right now, and they're only 6-6. Listen,
Heine Goat.
I love Heine Goat, but as much as I love Heine Goat, you got to admit, I mean, do you think Washington gets a playoff win? I don't think so. I don't.
They almost did last year against the team that won the Super Bowl.
I understand.
The defense was also playing really well.
I understand, but if they're on the road this year instead of at home, they have to go to Tampa. They have to go to a Green Bay or even a Dallas. I don't see them winning. Who knows?
Yeah. By the way, the best part of my day on Sundays has been checking my bet for Washington to win the NFC East. And seeing the cash out early option just go up and up and up and up, because it was at like 40 cents at one point, and I was like, fuck it, do I just cash this out and take at least something? But now it's at like $5, so
there it is.
Honestly, like the Cowboys could throw this away in very Cowboys-esque fashion, as we all know and love them to do.
Washington's only 2 games back,
honestly, and Taylor Heineke has been playing like really good football. Like, honestly, let's give it to him. My hot take, my takeaway from a couple weeks ago, where he might end up just being the starter next year, like flat out.
He should be. He should have been the starter heading into this year.
He's got an incentive in his contract that he makes, like, I think it's like $150,000 every win that he gets.
Wow.
Yeah.
So rolling in the cash right now.
Yeah. Over this like streak that they've been on or whatever, he's made like $500,000 or something crazy.
Gotta love it.
But to get into my second takeaway, I'm going to hop into an AFC West takeaway here. Not just a specific team, because we've talked about specific teams. We've talked about the Chiefs. We've talked about the Chargers a bunch of times. We've talked about the Broncos and how they're incredibly mediocre. I think that the future of the AFC West is incredibly bright. Like, just the division as a whole, I think could be like what we were talking about with the NFC West for all this time, where like they're the most competitive division and this and that, because we've talked about the Broncos and how they're only like a piece away. If they get, a good quarterback or whatever the case may be, they could be contenders. We've got the Chargers, who are going into Cincinnati and whipping the Bengals, even though they did mount somewhat of a comeback, but Justin Herbert just ran away with it. We've got the Raiders, who are they're in the worst situation of all 4 of them, I would say, just because they've had so many issues, had so many losses and stuff. Derek Carr could potentially be on his way out in the near future if they don't want to hold on to him and start to head into a rebuild. And then the Chiefs, obviously, I don't think are going anywhere anytime soon, as long as they can maintain what they've got. So this division could be crazy good going forward. And I think that we could end up in a position where these teams could actually compete with the Chiefs for that top spot. Not so much like this season, where we had kind of like an off-kilter thing going on with the Chiefs where they couldn't get the defense going, but like could legitimately win games against this team and take that top spot.
Yeah, honestly, the AFC West is really exciting right now, just with the young talent that they have. We all know what the Chiefs are what the Chiefs' future looks like. Justin Herbert is just a future stud in this league, like we saw this week, especially at a great performance against the Bengals. And I do like that we've kind of come around to the fact that, a couple years ago, it was whether Derek Carr was good enough to be the franchise quarterback for the Raiders. Now it's kind of like Derek Carr is too good to be the quarterback of the Raiders at this point. Failing their franchise. Exactly. Like I really like how that narrative has kind of come around to, okay, Derek Carr has kind of solidified himself as he is a starting quarterback in this league with talent to be a top 10 quarterback in this league with the right situation. So, and I would honestly, there's no nicer guy in the league. Honestly, he's up there with the nicest guy in the league. But yeah, AFC West, very, very bright future ahead of them. All those teams have, except the Broncos. The Broncos don't impress me at all right now.
You don't think so?
The defense is very impressive. The defense is very exciting. Defense is very young and exciting.
And
the receiver
the offense has a lot of guys too, though.
The quarterback position just needs to get better. They'll actually have a great quarterback next year. Yeah. Luke knows him pretty well.
Yeah. His name is Russell Wilson, married to Sierra. Right?
No.
So I actually think the Broncos are the closest to maybe topping the Chiefs. I think they are just that one quarterback away, and I know that's a lot to ask for, but I think the rest of the roster might be better than any other team in the conference, or not the conference, in the division. I think especially defensively, they're hitting it out of the park. Patrick Surtain looks like an all-pro already, looking just like his dad out there. I mean, I'd love to see Derek Carr just move on, simply because I don't want to see Devontae Adams go there, but also because I want to see him succeed. I want to see him get that playoff run. He got stripped of what I thought was an MVP type season in 2016, got taken out a few games before the playoffs. And then they had to start Connor Cook against the Texans, which is just crazy. They were looking like a number 1, number 2 seed back then. And they just haven't really been able to get back to that point.
Where would you want to see him go?
I think New York. I think New York Giants. I think
I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think he would be good in that offense. I think they've got enough guys there as long as they can, continue to build on that offensive line.
Actually, where I think he would fit, and I don't know if they'd be successful, but I feel like Derek Carr right now mixed with Dan Campbell and putting him in that Lions offense, giving him an actual leader. I think that could work wonders. And I think Detroit needs a guy like him 100%.
What if a little scenario? I'm going to play the scenario for you, Luke. Okay. Aaron Rodgers, very unhappy with the front office. Mm-hmm. He makes this trade to Denver. Okay. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, quarterback position opens up with his old college buddy there in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. And Devontae wants to leave. So Green Bay makes a last ditch effort, snatches up Derek Carr.
I would love. Listen, if Aaron Rodgers is 100% gone, give me a trade Aaron Rodgers for Derek Carr and a first. You give me that every day. I don't know if that
he wouldn't go there. He wouldn't go there.
Yeah, I don't think he would go
Vegas.
He wouldn't go to
Vegas. Oh my god.
I think he would go to Vegas. I feel like he would. Lives out on the West Coast with his.
But look at the state of the team right now. He's very much at the state of his career where he wants to win Super Bowls.
Yeah, but the Packers are very much at the state where they don't give a fuck. They will send him wherever the hell they want.
But at the same time, I mean, I feel like he's going to make it difficult as shit for the front office. Like, if they're trying to send him somewhere where he doesn't want to go, he's not going to make it easy.
I honestly, with the way that the season's gone, I have no tell on whether or not they want to bring him back or not.
Yeah, at this point, I have no idea what's going to happen.
I'm fully anticipating he's not going to be the quarterback next year if everything in the offseason was true and his new deal, whatever. But how can you justify getting rid of a guy, especially if he goes out and wins a Super Bowl? That's the thing. Yeah. If he needs to win the Super Bowl, if they can't get over the hump again, I don't think there's any way he comes back. But if they get to the top, I don't see how you could justify getting rid of a guy like that. I feel like we've seen the best leadership out of Aaron Rodgers this year, I feel like. And that's so weird to say because it's been such a weird offseason, and with his COVID toe and everything that's going on with him this whole season, I feel like the team is really rallying around him, unlike any year that I've watched before. And it's so weird. It's weird.
I've been seeing it referred to as Tovid.
COVID. That's good. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
I didn't know it was an actual thing. I don't think anybody knew it was an actual thing.
Wait, is that a legitimate thing? Like COVID could affect your toe?
It wasn't exactly called COVID toe, but there's a skin condition that you can get from having COVID.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I don't know. It was insensitive or whatever, but I had no clue it was even a thing.
His immunization didn't protect him against that?
I guess not. No.
Joe Rogan didn't have an answer for that one. But with that, we are going to move on to the next topic we've got here. But not before a quick word from Overtime. We have got the Overtime app, people. We've been pounding it into your heads over and over again. But if this is your first time listening, the Overtime app is a fantastic app that mixes sports media with social media. We absolutely love it. And not only do we love it for that reason, we love it because there's fantasy games on it that we are running every single week. Every Friday, we've got a new one opening up with different prizes and stuff to earn. So shout out to Josh. He did win the last
Shout
one.
out Josh.
Woo! Josh went ham on us. Josh made me look like a fool. I made all the incorrect picks. Josh had all the answers. If you want to be like Josh, who won a $100 NFL Shop gift card, you should definitely join this Friday. We'll have another one going on for the Sunday slate. And, test your luck. It's completely free, so why not?
Be like Josh. That's the life motto.
Yes.
Where did everybody place?
Wish you were Josh.
Where did you guys place?
I was 110. I was 110th overall.
I was 134.
I did the worst then. I think I was like 169 or something.
Ooh, it's so crazy because I picked four of the top leaders, and then Cooper Kupp didn't really do anything. Elijah Mitchell didn't really do anything.
Cooper Kupp had a bunch of points. What are you talking about?
He wasn't the top. He wasn't the top.
He wasn't the top, but he had a good amount of points.
I picked Mark Andrews over Gronk because I thought I was big. I thought I was big brain, and it didn't happen.
I chose Kelsey. It's all right. I chose Kelsey.
I went Gronk because he came back last week, had a pretty good week. I was like, oh, that's Tom Brady's guy, 100%. With AB not
Kittle. Fuck Kittle, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Quick 30 bomb.
Who could have seen that coming against our stout defense?
But with that being said, we're going to hop into our next segment here. We've got random rankings for you guys again. Been a little while. We haven't done it for a few episodes now, so we figured we'd hop back into it with our favorite football analysts, commentators, whatever you want to call them. So Luke, being that Jake started off with the takeaways, I'm going to let you start with this one if you want to start at 3 and work your way up to 1.
So I'm going strictly commentators right now for the NFL. Analysts is such like a broad spectrum. You could pick anybody on TV. You could pick anybody, doing games.
We're technically analysts. We're analysts.
Yeah.
Here's my top 3 right here.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. So my top
segment 3. Over.
I hope someone listening out there where one of us is in your top 3. Anyways, this is in no particular order. But I'm going to say probably the most controversial one right now at first. Going with Joe Buck. I feel like Joe Buck gets shit on a lot, and rightfully so. For the beginning of his career, he was just very monotone, didn't put a lot of emphasis into what he was saying, and wasn't exciting the viewers. But I think recently he starts to get more Super Bowls under his belt. I feel like I'm going to analysis over fucking Joe Buck right now. But yeah, I think he's pulled it together in recent years. I think him and Troy Aikman are a really effective commentary duo. And I mean, he does it all. He's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You got to respect him as much as I feel like he has the Skip Bayless sort of persona where people hate him, but you kind of have to respect him for how much he does. I think Joe Buck outside of commentary is really cool. I don't know if you guys listen to any of his Pat McAfee interviews or whatever, talking about him pissing in bottles and all sorts of stuff. I think Joe Buck is a class act. He's one of my favorites. So yeah, he's in my top 3.
Yeah, Joe Buck is a great choice there. Definitely does not get enough respect. He's kind of like Nickelback, where he just gets unwarranted hate for no reason and nobody really knows why. By the way, I stand by that Nickelback comment. Go back and listen to Nickelback and tell me there are not bangers in there. They're good. It's a good band, people. Jesus Christ.
Good take.
How You Remind Me, all-time classic.
Good take.
Anyway, Joe Buck, he had everybody's gonna remember, the disgusting act by Randy Moss comment, and then you got the absolutely terrible David Tyree call. Just if you were listening on the radio to Joe Buck calling that play, you would have had no idea how insane that play was. You would have thought it was just a 40-yard completion. You're like, oh, good job. No, it was arguably the greatest catch of all time, but he's gotten a lot better. I do agree with you. He's a funny guy outside of it too. Like you said. Anyway, for my number 1, mine, I kind of have a couple duos in here, but number 1, I have Chris Sims and his dad, Phil Sims. They are fucking hilarious together. My go-to podcast after Totally Unqualified, of course. Definitely not a shameful plug right there. My go-to podcast is Chris Sims Unbuttoned. He really gives great quarterback analysis, and I love just listening to him like break down the game. I really think he's a great up and coming analyst. So highly recommend Chris Sims. And when he gets his dad on, like it's must listen to like TV because they just go at each other and it's fucking hilarious. But you're learning. There's so much football that you're just learning. And I love it. I love Chris Sims, especially when he has his dad on. But yeah, number one, Chris Sims.
I like that. I don't really listen to them a whole lot, but anytime that I do see them on anything, see videos or clips of them, I definitely enjoy their stuff. For me, at my number 3 spot, I've got somebody that
was a good one. I like that. That was a good pick.
Buster, chill.
He's giving you his favorite commentator, his favorite analyst.
True.
Anyway, but I totally agree with that. At my number 3 spot, I have one Mr. Peter Schrager. I know that some people aren't as high on him, or if people watch Good Morning Football, he might not be their favorite guy, but I've listened to him on Good Morning Football. I've listened to him do the sideline commentary and stuff like that for some of the games. And then he also did the Flying Coach podcast that over the off season with Sean McVay. And I listened to all the episodes of that. And he just seems like he thoroughly enjoys the game. You know what I mean? Like he's a student of the game. He's constantly trying to learn. He puts his best foot forward anytime he's doing anything like that. But he also just seems like a really genuine and nice guy, like chill to be around too. So I really enjoy it. And I mean, he has great takes. I can't disagree with any of this. Well, I disagree sometimes, of course, but I think a lot of the takes that he has, I tend to agree with. So I definitely like him in that spot.
That's a great call because it kind of goes hand in hand with my number 2. My number 2 is Kyle Brandt. First off, if you don't watch Good Morning Football, I don't know what you're doing, because I truly think it's the best show in terms of really sports show just on the market right now.
I just don't wake up early enough for it.
Yeah, neither
that's
do
the only
I.
Reason. That's the only reason. I'll watch YouTube clips though.
I will say, I remember when it first came out. I want to say it was like either 2015 or 16 when I was like a freshman in high school, sophomore in high school, around there. And I would stay up all night playing Madden, literally until the morning, so I could watch Good Morning Football and go to bed. And that was over the summer when it first came out. So it's not like I was, crazy, but no, getting back to Kyle Brandt, he just brings the energy. I don't know if you guys have seen Angry Runs every single week.
Oh yeah.
He always brings the energy. He's a class act guy. And I just think he's the perfect personality to sort of bounce off of. He's totally outgoing. And I think he's one of the best. And he also reposted me on his Instagram. So that was pretty cool.
Ooh, very cool. Very cool. So I fucked up. I get my number 1 first.
Yeah.
Cause I'm stupid. That's just a common theme with this podcast, guys. I am so airheaded.
You'll
sometimes.
be giving your number 2 in the right spot.
Yeah,
that's true. So that's true. So either way, it evens out, whatever.
Yeah. It's
but I'm also going to go with NFL Network personalities for my second. And it's another duo. It's Bucky Brooks and Daniel Jeremiah. Them, especially when it comes to breaking down like draft picks, when it comes to, any potential, prospects for the draft, they do a really good job at just like highlighting things that, or highlighting players that you really didn't hear of and just to keep an eye out on. So I just love them as a duo, especially for my draft coverage. So I'll always listen to Move the Six podcast when it comes to draft time. They do a great job with that.
Okay. Yeah, I like that one. At my number 2 spot, I am getting into commentators here. And at number 2, I have Tony Romo. I feel like Tony Romo gets shit on too, kind of like similar to the Joe Buck thing, but I really like his commentary. I feel like he kind of gives you that different perspective on the game when you're watching, rather than just watching regularly or casually or whatever. He kind of, gives you an idea of what they're doing more so than a guy like Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and those guys do. So I really like him for that reason. And I think he just dove right into it and did great from the start. Like he surprisingly fit this position when he got into it. When I first heard about him getting this job, I wasn't sure that he was going to do that great, but he's just been fantastic.
I think these are great choices. For my last one, first off, I want to go with my honorable mentions. I want to list those off. First honorable mention is Pat McAfee, but not on the Pat McAfee show. Not on the Pat McAfee show. He's actually the commentator of WWE SmackDown. If you didn't know, brings the heat every Friday night. He brings a new life to the WWE product that really has not been good in quite some time. And then we're got to pull up my other one. My next honorable mention is specifically the duo of Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth whenever they're on Sunday Night Football together. I've always loved Mike Tirico back to his days at ESPN and when he used to commentate Monday Night Football alongside John Gruden. I thought he was the best. He's a class act. I love when he gets on commentary around like Christmas time, the holidays, with Chris Collinsworth. I think Chris Collinsworth is a genius in his own right. But Mike Tirico definitely holds a special place in my heart. Number one, I think this is pretty easy. Tony Romo, I think, has been the best for a while now. And it's his football knowledge, his football IQ will never be matched by any just casual viewer. But he is able to explain football in a way that casual viewers can understand and like conceptualize. And to be able to do that, you just got to be so freaking smart. And he is that guy. He's a great personality. I don't know if you have, this is off topic. I don't know if you ever seen the video of him playing catch with his two sons with the, and he throws the football and hits him in the stomach. Oh man. He's just a great guy. Love Tony Romo all around, but Des did not catch it. That's how I'll end it.
All right. Did you mean Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth?
No, I meant Mike Tirico. I love Al Michaels, but Mike Tirico specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did they do it?
I think they do. It's not like a duo that's together all the time or like often or anything, but occasionally, like you speak, they partner up and do something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mike Tirico and Drew Brees just commentated a game. Not too long ago.
Yeah, that was our Thanksgiving game.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very cool.
All right, Jake.
Oh, I'm up. Sweet.
Yeah, you're number
head
3.
in the game as always. Number 3. I'm gonna go with Adam Rank. Yeah, I'm saying it. Friend of the podcast.
Pondering.
Yeah, he will be coming on soon. All right, he's been very busy lately, but he will be coming on again. I promise you that. He has promised that he will be back on. Just an awesome guy. Gets way too much hate for that 3-13 Niners pick. Nobody thought the Niners were going to that Super Bowl that year. Okay, nobody. Zero people thought so. They had just been had like a top 3 draft pick. They were awful the year before.
Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody could shut up about that. If you didn't think they were going 3-13, you probably thought they were going 5-11. Like seriously, like stop. But other than that, he's honestly one of the most entertaining fantasy and just football analysts. He truly is like a comedian when it comes to football. And he was an absolutely awesome podcast guest and just a great guy in general. So that's why he's making my top 3.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, having him on was amazing, but yeah, his analysis and stuff too. He really dives into it and goes all out with the comedy aspect of it, whether it's costumes or the segments themselves or whatever the case may be. So for sure. For me, Luke actually already talked about my number 1 in Mike Tirico. I think that he definitely is a stand-up guy. He's been in the business for a very long time, and you can tell that in his commentary because he knows what he's talking about. You can tell that he just has the experience to go along with everything that he's looking at on the field. He's probably seen it before. I didn't go with any duos or anything, but if I had to go with one, I think that, him and Chris Collinsworth are always a great pair when they match up. But Mike Tirico has been my favorite for a long time.
Such a great guy. And going back to Adam Rank, he's able to be funny and also talk sports at the same time. And not many people are able to do that like effectively. Not even us at some points, but yeah, definitely not us. But
like without putting it in a skit, it's hard to, to just sit and do it naturally.
Yeah. And all of his fantasy knowledge and prowess, like Adam Rank is the best. Adam Rank is absolutely the best.
We'll get there one day, boys.
Oh yeah.
I keep grinding.
We will. We're on our way.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for our random rankings for our football analysts. If you guys like that, definitely be sure to leave some comments under the YouTube videos and stuff like that and let us know your favorite analysts. We would love to hear some feedback from you guys, or if you're in the Discord, be sure to let us know there. But with that being said, we are going to hop into Thursday Night Football, give our predictions for that. We've got Steelers at Vikings. The Vikings are 3-point favorites, despite coming off of a loss to the worst team in the league in the Lions. So before we do that, I am going to give the standings. In last place is Jake at 99 and 95. He got +2 on spreads this past week.
Damn, I shit the bed last week, didn't I?
Holy
shit.
Yeah, it was tough.
Not good.
I think the only 2 spreads you got were the Colts and the Steelers.
Yeesh.
So,
okay. All right.
In second place is Luke at 114 and 80. He got +5 on spreads last week. In second place, is TU Crew at 117 and 77. And then I am still in first place at 120 and 74. And I got +7 on spreads this past week.
Damn, Gage.
Am I like mathematically eliminated? Like, is there any chance that I come back from this? Like, I go perfect every week pretty much.
I could do like touchdown scores again this week or something if you want to try to earn some bonus
let's just do what you were gonna do, and I'm just gonna pick against every first thought that comes to my head. Like everything I think is gonna happen, I'm gonna pick against it.
Opposite. Sounds
exactly.
Good. All right, we're gonna get into our Thursday night picks now after I give standings. So, Jake, if you want to start us off with this one, who do you have winning this game between 2 teams that are completely just question marks in the NFL right now?
Oh my gosh, these 2 teams are terrible to watch. I can't I hate watching the Steelers and I hate watching the Vikings. This one's a toss up. It's in Minnesota, so that's good for them. I don't think the Steelers travel well. I don't know how the Steelers have a winning record right now. That's kind of beyond me. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Vikings in this one. They gotta come back after that embarrassment against the Lions. And they got to come back with a vengeance in this game. They're just like too talented to be this average and this losing these games. Like, look at the Vikings roster and you're like, shit, like their offense is full of studs and their defense isn't that bad. Like, they're young.
Defense is selling though.
I know
having Danielle Hunter is hurting.
Yeah, emphasis on the young. The young part. Their secondary is trash. That'll give them. Their secondary is absolutely awful. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Vikings in this one. Are we picking spreads or are we just picking like winners and then
we can do spreads and we'll do the winners and scores and stuff, or the scores and better the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pick the Vikings to cover the 3-point spread. Player of the game. I don't think Dalvin's coming back. So give me. They got to get to run defense. Give me Tyler Conklin. Tyler Conklin to be player of the game. I don't know why.
He needs those catch-up. I would go with someone on defense because this isn't defense. They're double, right?
Double points? If score a touchdown.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No. Yeah, and score. Sorry, score. Score some weird ass score for these 2 weird ass teams. Give me like 22 to like 11. 22 to 11 Vikings.
I don't know who to pick, to be honest, because I don't feel a particular way about either team. I don't feel particularly good about either team. I'm not going to put too much emphasis on that Steelers win. I mean, they won it off a 2-point miss by Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, and the Vikings just lost to the Lions. Oh man, how did this team beat the Packers 2 weeks ago? That's what I'm wondering. I guess I'm gonna go with the Vikings, mainly just because they're at home. I don't know if right now Kirk Cousins is hot as any other quarterback in the league. You just made a video about that earlier today. Yeah, I think there's no shot that Big Ben will be able to keep up with them if this turns into a shootout. Big Ben has just not been able to show that. He went on a little, I'm not going to say a hot streak middle of the year. He went on like a not throwing an interception streak.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But I don't think the Steelers are going to be able to get it done in Minnesota. What was the spread again? Sorry about that.
3.
It was 3. Vikings -3, right?
Yep.
That seems about right. In fact, I'm gonna go Vikings to cover that by exactly 3. I think that's perfect. I think Vegas is spot on. Give me Vikings 27. Yeah, 27-24. And player of the game, Alexander Justin Jefferson. Who am I kidding? Come on.
Oh, mine. I had him written down and everything.
Adam Thielen is another good one. Adam Thielen's been scoring touchdowns at a ridiculous rate.
I think Adam Thielen's going to be out, isn't he? I think he suffered a high ankle sprain against the Lions.
Sorry.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. So I think he's going to be out a little while. But yeah, as far as I go, I'm going to take the Vikings in this one as well. I'm going to take them to cover because 3 points basically a pick 'em. I think that they definitely had kind of a stinker against the Lions. You know, the defense just didn't play up to par. The offense played really well. Kirk Cousins looked good. I think he went, I want to say 30 for 40, 340 yards and 2 touchdowns or something. Justin Jefferson had damn near 200 yards or something. So I think that that's just kind of an off game for them. I think that they can bounce back and beat the Steelers this week. And I'm going to give it a score of 24-16. And my player of the game, if I can't go Justin Jefferson, oh man,
you can't go Tyler Conklin either.
You can't go Tyler Conklin either. Why are you forgetting this? Oh my God.
No, it was just that Justin Jefferson was the most recent one said. You know, short memory. I forgot.
I wouldn't recommend going with Dalvin Cook either. Just
Irv Smith.
Irv Smith.
Yeah.
Maybe
Randy
not
Moss.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs
no Randy
either.
Moss. No AD.
Good point.
Yeah. Chris Carter.
Laquan Treadwell.
Yeah.
Laquan Treadwell was the Jaguars' leading receiver.
Yeah, I saw.
That's insane, bro.
That doesn't say much because they got blown out 37-7. But anyway, my player of the game, getting back to that, fuck it. I'll just go Alexander Madison. Might as well.
Yeah, that's
a good one.
Yeah.
You could go O-lineman and then we'll have to have a discussion, but
that's not a discussion I want to have. But with that being said, that's going to be it for us this week, or that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We all enjoyed it as always, of course. And again, Overtime app. If you haven't downloaded it yet, be sure to download it. You can do it at the link in any of our bios. And we are going to be hosting another game coming up this Friday that will take place on Sunday. There's going to be another prize incentive for that. So be sure to hop in. And if you guys have any closing thoughts, go ahead and give them.
Just thank you guys for all of the support as always, and go Hawks, baby.
Yeah, and make sure if you're not already to follow all of us on social media. I'm Football Fan Zone. Jake is Jake_Maltese3, and Gage is Extra Points. Go follow all the totally unqualified accounts as well. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, you name it, we got it. And make sure to be like Josh. We will see you guys in the next episode.